Good evening and welcome back to Bedtime Stories with Neelu. How are you? Thank you so much for all your story responses on yesterday's story, the apple dumplings. Yeah, I'm sure everyone must have yearned for a dessert after listening to this story. The story was about kindness. Those who missed this story can go back to my IGTV on Instagram and catch it anytime. Coming to today's story. Today's story is a real short story from China, and the title of the story is Sima Guang Breaks the Vat. Yeah, I found it on a children's website and my thoughts on the story. So, Sima Guang was playing with his friends in the backyard. So, who were these friends? Lena and Wong Wei and Zhong Yong. Okay, these were his friends. So they were all playing, and as they were playing, Wong Wei suddenly saw a water body. Yeah, water vat. Yeah, water vat is something which in a stone container, a huge stone container in which water is stored for the entire, a house is there. So he saw that for the house. So he saw that and he went running and he really started climbing it up. And then all the friends started shouting. Yeah, Lena especially shouted that, like, please don't climb, it's too high. The wall of the vat is too high. And to this, the boy didn't pay heed and he just got on and he stood on the top and almost lost his balance and fell into the water vat. And then he started crying. I don't know how to swim. How will I get out of this place? And I'm really feeling very, very scared. And to this, all the friends were standing down and they started getting worried. Especially Zong Yong said, like, he's going to die. We need to do something. Someone has to do something about it. And then Sima Guang, saw and he said, we should do something. And he picked up a stone and he straight away with a focused vision, he just threw it on the bottom of the vat. Yeah, bottom of the vat. And then nothing happened. And then he took another stone and quickly, threw it again. And then this time there was a crack which appeared. And then he took another stone and without even blinking, he quickly threw that stone and then broke the water vat and bloom fluing came down Wong Wei. He came down along with the water and his life was saved. Yeah. So that is what is Sima Guang breaks the vat. Yeah, that's the title of the story. So there ends the story. The message in the story is pay heed. When someone is giving you an advice, pay heed. Yeah, listen. Yeah. Especially when people who are close to you, when they're giving you an advice, you need to listen. At least listen. Yeah. So that's the message I read in the story, I felt in the story. So most of the stories tell here, there are no messages written there, but I make my own messages. So while reading the story, I suddenly remembered something from my childhood, when we were not 9, but we were somewhere little 3 4 years here and there. So we all went to a small tiny village, me and my cousins. We all went to that village along with our parents. It was my dad's native place, I think. It was a very, very small village, tiny village, and hardly the population must be roughly 5,000 or something. So there my cousins stayed all their life and we chatted with our cousins and we said, why don't you take us around, we want to see your village. So they took us around and we were the city people who didn't know what to do. So they took us and they said that there's a huge temple, you have to cross a small rivulet and go to that temple after crossing the rivulet. So everyone was like, all my cousins, my brothers and all just jumped and they just walked to the other side. But me and a couple of other cousins, we were standing there and we said, what if we go and flow away along with the river. When I was reading about Wong Wei flowing down, I remembered this. So I wanted to step in, but then it was the water was very cold, and on top of it we don't know what is there inside the water or how deep it is. So I kept standing there for 5 10 minutes. Then one of my cousins was very naughty, just jumped in. He jumped in and he stood and he said, look, the water is only till my knees. I am standing here. You can easily walk. Then I held his hand, stepped in, and I really enjoyed that moment. And I walked out from there, and then we climbed up, some 100 or 200 steps, and we went to that temple. And all afternoon we were chirpy and we were having so much fun. That's what I remember when the children were playing in their backyard, Sima Guang and his gang, yeah, when they were playing. So, this is what I remembered. What you feel about the story, please put it down in your comments. I will respond to all the comments related to this story. Yeah. And the main advice in the story is pay heed when people give you an advice. Yeah. Don't cancel it. Yeah. Don't just, pay heed. Yeah. Pay attention if someone gives you an advice. So thank you so much for your kind attention. I'll see you tomorrow here again only on Bedtime Stories with Neelu. Till then, sleep well, take care, wake up with a fresh thought, and everything is going to be okay. Yeah. Good night.